You think these intelligence agency riots in Iran are a revolution? No. You think this is legitimate because your social media feed says so? They're hiding from you that the economic hardship in Iran is America's attempt at a death blow. Because it is the US sanctions that are trying to cripple Iran's economy, but that they didn't want you to know. So the fact that they say they are with the Iranian people is just another part of the show. US sanctions that will not even give Iranian children cancer medication. But they didn't tell you that because it's not a part of the script, as they spew lie after lie from their lips. After all, this is orchestrated by those who brought you genocide in 4K clips. Don't believe a word from those who thousands of children they have unalived. I'll tell you about the real revolution of 1979, when a man rose from the Iranian city of Qum carrying the flag of the divine, who freed his nation and began to free the world from imperialist crimes, from the hegemony over souls, resources, and lives, from a world dominated by secular and godless values, which have destroyed the world outside and inside. So they made you hate the cure through propaganda and false flag attacks that their media empires amplified. They made you hate the very Islam that will save you just as the devil would, the religion of Abraham, Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, and all the great messengers of prophethood. For the devil knows if you embrace the cure and solution, his rule over this world and you are done for good. And that is why the system of the devil wants you to hate the religion and the nation that can save you from his clutches, and don't want you to follow what is practiced by the leader and the system of the Islamic Republic. People around the world are depressed and suicidal. They have left the worship of God and are worshiping celebrities, politicians, and idols. They are drowning in debt controlled by Zio satanic banks. They are increasingly being controlled by the surveillance police state, are so poor that from their jobs they can't even take a break. To think about the world burning around and the children dying that surround as we try to close our ears to their screams. So we live a nightmare yet try to convince ourselves it is an American dream. They keep our people numb and dumb through alcohol, drugs, and screens that hold them hostage. They can't educate their children without being taught that gender and family are a made-up concept. Everything holy and sacred they have destroyed, from family, economy, to education, to the environment. They loot, invade, and destroy. They commit genocide and tell us they have done something sacred. They murder thousands of children with pure hatred. They massacre in the birthplace of Jesus and say that God is on their side, using identity politics to fool us and divide. The real war is not with Iran, but with the divine. The real goal is to conquer. But first, me from you they must divide. As they commit blasphemy, quoting the Bible and the Torah, and their puppets who wear Islamic clothes and quote the Quran, to destroy every godly value, make you hate religion, and make this world obedient to the will of Shaitan. But there's one nation who stands in their way, one nation whose values are not limited to their borders and imaginary lines. For their slogan from the beginning showed where their true objective lied. The slogan of the true revolution was not east, not west, as with what we align, rather we seek a godly republic for which we all in peace and prosperity can reside. In a religion where supremacy is not decided by being black or white, Arab or not, rich or poor, but by the content of the character and obedience to the Lord, and the fear of the ones who have us under control, who oppress and murder, is that this message will go beyond Iran's borders and expand even further. Why do you think they spent trillions to make you hate Islam, to create ISIS and Al-Qaeda? That they installed puppets in countries who are demonic, who claim to be Islamic, who rule with an iron fist against dissidents, yet the US, Israel, and West support this. Those who claim moral authority, yet you find them on Epstein's lists. Yet those who want to give resources to their people and set them free are accused to be those who hate the input of their people, freedom, republics, and democracy. The picture is clear, and it all relies on fear and animalistic desires. That is why they don't want a religion that is connected to all of the prophets of all time that will take you higher. There was one religion since the beginning of time in which Muhammad completed, from Adam to Noah, Moses to Jesus. And the flag bearer of Muhammad was Ali, who passed it to the holy imams through the centuries. And in the absence of the awaited savior, the Mahdi, The flag was lifted by the hands of the scholars and deputies through the leadership of Imam al-Khomeini, and after him the torch passed to the leader of the free, Sayyid Ali al-Khamenei, who ascended from the dungeons of the Shah who tortured his sacred body, who tried to kill him, but God protected him, for like Prophet Joseph, a great leader he was to become. For the real lion and the real sun are embodied in the leader who shines brighter than your CIA and Mossad manufactured one, kissing the wall of shame soaked in blood. These are not protesters, these are paid agents and thugs who are working for those who enslaved humanity for some measly dollars, pleasures, and drugs. While those who stand for the Islamic Republic will die for the truth, because what they fight for is based in God and love, and they have pledged allegiance to the cause and leader with years of struggle through Western sanctions and terrorism, foreign interventions, propaganda wars, and every tactic, sparing none. But against all odds, the Islamic Republic, through the help of God, has overcome. Through the martyrs who fought against Saddam and ISIS terrorists who were under American imperialist and Zionist thumbs. With the Islamic Revolution, they have given sweat, tears, and blood. For you can never defeat the men, women, and children who only kneeled before God alone, and other than their godly leader, obey no one. For they all have said, Labbaika ya Khamenei, Labbaika O Lion of Haidar, Labbaika O Fatima's son.